We'll be hearing from Summer Watson on sharing our collective intelligence with NotebookLM. Take it away, Summer.
Thank you. So I'm going to just highlight NotebookLM. All of you are creating your own LLMs. I can't even call myself a vibe coder, but I'm your resident Google guru. So here I am leveraging all the pieces of our main productivity suite to stay organized. And I guess I want you to think outside the box today and think about NotebookLM as an organizational and productivity tool. NotebookLM was created as a resource for learning, like a notebook for your physics class, your Python class, your science class. But it's gone through a bit of an evolution. Today, it's got a ton more features and it can be shared with teams. So when you create a notebook for your team, you're referencing the same resources, which can be really beneficial for project management, technical communication, and for kind of an example for self-support help desk as well. So as I walk through my presentation, I want you to think of NotebookLM as a team resource. And I put our logos up here intentionally because how nice would it be to chat with all of the contents on Sundog to find the HR policy or the form I need to fill out or the leave form. If I could easily chat with and find the branding style, if I could chat with the read the docs contents to get support as an HPC user, things like that. So those are just some of the examples that I've brainstormed over time to think about, how could this be leveraged to share collective knowledge amongst all of those in our work groups, in our projects, and in our organization. NotebookLM is a zero config RAG repository, and it's already part of our Google platform, so it's pretty easy for anyone to use. It's got 1 million tokens, and actually in our NotebookLM and in our Gemini use, we are in the Pro version, which gives us 2 million tokens. And for those who don't speak tokens, it's like 1 million is about I had to find a fun analogy because you know me. It's like the entire Harry Potter book series, all 7 books, plus 200 pages of notes, all living in the model's active working memory at the same time. So if you're not familiar with tokens, but I imagine everyone on here is familiar with tokens. But it does cross-reference across your resources with ease, and I've used it in that manner as well, which has been great. It's also got some pretty deep memory beyond just the AI chat. And if you use Gemini, you can also now use a notebook as a resource in a custom gem. And if you haven't used custom gems before, I do have some videos on doing that. I made a quick video. I decided to take an example. If I were to take, let's say, one of our NCAR GitHub repositories for installing AI and ML environments, and I thought, how could I make this into a support chat? So here I'm downloading the repository. It does have some limitations. When you import something into Notebook as a resource, it has a limitation on the file extensions that it will ingest. So I had to use a quick line of code to combine all the files into a single text file, which was then added to Notebook. And as this is loading, I also want to note that it handles Markdown really well, and it preserves the formatting of code snippets perfectly. So if you're using something like mermaid diagrams, Notebook will read those diagrams to understand the system architecture better than a standard LLM that treats it as raw text. So here I've added it to a notebook as a resource, and now as an end user, I can chat with my notebook to ask for specifics about command line workflow. So that's just one example. But think also that I could load multiple repositories and then cross-reference between the repositories. Like, are there any libraries we are importing that aren't actually being used in the documented examples? Does the new function follow the naming conventions? Scan my documentation for the to-dos or future work notes and create a prioritized Kanban table of all of that technical work that I need to do. So that's just one example of using a notebook to leverage some of that cross-referencing and that documentation, or create, a help desk type of process with your repository. So another example, the Living Help Desk or self-service support. And again, think of this as not just the GitHub example that I showed, but think of Sundog. Think of the communications team. We have branding standards. How nice would it be to just chat with the chatbot to ask, you know, what is the hex code color I'm supposed to use for NCAR Blue? If you have a project that you're working on, everyone's using the same documentation. They're using the same resources. It's using the same language, etc. In the Living Help Desk example, you can share your notebook in a chat-only format. So you control the resources and the end users get to use the chat. So in the last example, I added the GitHub repo, and now I've shared the chat interface with someone internal. And I need to put an asterisk there when I say that, because you can only share your NotebookLM chat with someone else in a ucar.edu domain. There is not external sharing. And I'd have to look to see if that is just turned off in our domain or if that's a feature of Enterprise Google Workspace. For those of you using Slack or something else, you could create a custom help command with Slack so that you would have a simple automated response. If someone were to do /help, their automated response would say, check our AI knowledge base here. And that custom chat command could deliver back the URL of your chat-only notebook. And so this is what it looks like when somebody does that. Here I'm sharing my GitHub repository for the AI machine learning environment setup guide. And I'm copying the chat only link. And then now, just because it's the only interface I had for this example, I'm sending it via email to the person. You can add groups, you can add individuals when you share a notebook. So here the individual receives it, and here is what that chat only interface looks like. So again, you have control and can manage the resources that are being accessed by the chat. And I also want to note that the difference between using this and Gemini, as most of you are probably familiar and can infer, its knowledge is limited to the resources I've put in the notebook. Whereas Gemini can also leverage web search or external from your Gem or Gemini. So Notebook is really restricted to the resources that you provide. And in this final example, I want to talk about NotebookLM as a translation layer. My job at the NWSC is to do education and outreach for the general public, or sometimes elected officials or school groups. It's difficult for me to always relay all of the scientific information on the work that we do when I don't have that scientific background. So I need to know a little bit of everything. And it's also difficult to create educational material, or let's say school activities, when I'm reading scientific white papers. So sometimes those white papers and those high-level scientific documents don't translate well to the general public or different audiences. NotebookLM has been great in translating some of those and utilizing it as a soft skill. I've created a notebook called Our Org in a Nutshell. And think about this as a project management notebook or a communications notebook. I would share this with someone who is new to our organization or someone who is new to my project. All of my resources are already here. What I did is I took all of our public-facing website pages from every lab so that our messaging is consistent with our current communications policy. I'm going to be adding the branding guide from Sundog as well. So if I were to add another resource here, let me go to the top. And I'm going to upload the file. I've downloaded the branding guide. And I believe that is now loading here. So if you've got new members on your team, they need to understand how they use our letterhead, how they use our logo, where we get our logo, what projects we're currently working on. I could ask it to provide a list of outstanding tasks that my team members need to complete on an ongoing project chart. So there's a little bit of everything that you can do with a NotebookLM. I'm going to let that finish loading here. I was able to create a kids video explaining space weather using NotebookLM, and that was nice. When this first rolled out, the first feature that was available in Studio was called Audio Overview. That's nice if you are traveling and you want to listen to a podcast type format of high-level content or an assortment of content, new project that you're involved in. You can create yourself an audio overview. You can see a lot of the different resources that you can create in Studio today. But I'll show you the video that was created for me in space weather, and it won't come across with any audio, but I just want you to see. So it's taken all of our resources here, and it is now a short 2-minute video, a great explainer video for kids grades 4 and 5. And I took this and actually put it in the virtual visit app. I did have to prompt it on how to pronounce NCAR because most of those acronyms don't come across quite right. It did a really great job at creating that video. So our branding guide is finished. And now I can just ask it some questions. We'll see how it does. But you can turn off your resources that you don't want it to use. That has also ensured, as I test it to make sure that it's accurate, because it is AI and you want to make sure that it's accurate and you vet all of the answers. So it's given me the code for that. And then the references to where I can find that in the documentation and the resources. I also need to say, so notebooklm.google.com. If you haven't used these features or Gemini Gems, feel free to follow my YouTube channel. I have a list of about 60 short videos that I would like to make, but I do these in my spare time. So I'm a bit behind right now. But yeah, I appreciate all of you joining. I appreciate allowing me to take the time, and I'm glad to take any questions.